Have you ever said no to a holiday party because you felt like you had nothing to wear? If so, you are not alone. So many of my clients have told me that they receive invitations to these amazing holiday parties, sometimes year after year repeatedly, and they always say no because they never have anything that they feel is the right thing to wear. Today, I want to help you use what you already have in your closet to create holiday outfits that will allow you to say yes to the party and go enjoy yourself. This situation of women declining invitations to fabulous events because they feel like they have nothing to wear actually hurts my heart. Today, I want to help you see that you probably have something in your closet that will work for a holiday party or any other special occasion, and that it doesn't need to be as stressful as you might have been making it. And there is absolutely no reason for you to be missing out on the fun because of your wardrobe. Let's address this and fix it today. Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am Kristen from Kristen Gain Style. If we haven't met before, hello. Allow me to quickly introduce myself. I am a style and mindset coach, and what that means is that I help women just like you create wardrobes that they absolutely love wearing, wardrobes that are simple to pull from when they get an invitation to a special occasion, and they can create an outfit that still looks and feels like them without having the stress and without having the overwhelm of having to run out and try to find something. I work one-on-one with women, helping them see how their thoughts and their feelings about their style are keeping them stuck in a style and a wardrobe that they do not love wearing. It is not a complex problem to fix once we address the mindset. Once you understand what has been happening in your brain, possibly for decades, around your style, we begin to soften the situation so that it doesn't feel so dramatic, and we begin to untangle and pull apart the thoughts and the feelings that have been running the show and keeping you stuck in a style you don't love for far too long. I work one-on-one with women inside my program, Style Therapy. I have one spot remaining before the waitlist opens. So if you have been listening to me talk about how your thoughts and your feelings are creating the results you don't love in your wardrobe, and you're wondering, could there be truth to that for me? Is that actually what's happening here? You might have some thoughts about the fact that that couldn't possibly be what's happening in your closet, that you are different, and you are definitely different, and I promise you that your thoughts and your feelings are likely what's keeping you stuck in your style that isn't fabulous. I want to help. There is a link down below to book your sales call. We can hop on a 1-hour Zoom and decide if working together is a good fit. It's December, happens to be my birthday month, so one of my favorite months of the year. It is a time when we get invitations to all sorts of fabulous events, holiday and otherwise, and oftentimes there is that moment of panic. What would I wear? And as I said at the beginning, a lot of my clients tell me that they decline invitations to things regularly because they either don't have anything to wear, they don't feel like what they have to wear is appropriate or fancy enough or special enough, or they don't love how they feel in dresses, and that's kind of what they feel is required to go to a special event, to go to a holiday party or occasion. And I promise you that's not the case. You don't see a single dress on this rack. You don't even have to wear a skirt. I've pulled a couple of skirts. You don't even have to wear a skirt to look fabulous for a holiday party. What we want is to get you there and get you there looking and feeling like yourself, authentic in an outfit that lights you up. I am going to share some tips and tricks around making outfits look more special and a little fancier and a little dressier. Some of these were tips and tricks that I learned while working in Anthropologie for 8.5 years. Anthropologie has been in business for 30 years, and for 30 years they have been mixing and matching fancy pieces with more everyday pieces, denim with sparkle, velvet with suede, and it really truly is an art, this kind of juxtaposition, this contrast of pieces that are really fancy with pieces that are not so fancy. And what that means for you is that it actually becomes easier in your own wardrobe to combine pieces and land on an outfit that looks special occasion ready without having to go buy a fancy dress and heels. What I'm going to share with you today are pieces from my own closet that are my kind of fancy pieces, the dressy pieces that are always on standby, so that when I get an invitation to something that is more formal, more fancy, more holiday, more sparkly, glitzy, I know that I can pull those pieces and put together an outfit with some of my kind of regular everyday pieces and some of these fancy pieces and make something that feels elevated and dressier and appropriate for an occasion that requires something a little different than jeans and a sweater. So the fancier pieces that are in my collection, some of them I've had over 10 years. And the beautiful thing about the kind of fancier, sparklier, special holiday pieces is that you usually don't wear them all that often, so they don't wear out. I'm going to talk you through these kind of special pieces on my rack and share a little bit about how I acquired them and why they earn a place in my wardrobe. So this sweater I purchased when I worked at Anthropologie. I have only worn it maybe 4 or 5 times. I have had it at least 6 years, possibly longer than that. And I could wear it as part of my regular everyday outfit wardrobe situation. However, it has a little bit of a gold thread, gold yarn through the design, which makes it feel a little more elevated and a little fancier. And I have a lot of cardigans and sweaters that I wear on repeat really regularly. Unless you have seen another holiday outfit video of mine, you probably haven't ever seen this sweater because I don't wear it that often. I don't use it to make outfits. I reserve it for when I want to feel a little more elevated, a a little fancy or a little more cozy and December-like, this is a really great sweater. So I'm going to make some outfits with this, but the reason you haven't ever seen it on other outfit videos is because I reserve it for special occasions. So as a side note, some of these fancier pieces I just pulled out of the bin in the basement, so I haven't steamed them all yet. I'm noticing this one has a little bit of a crease down the front, but that steams right out. This piece has to be 10 years old. It could be 11 years old. I purchased it when I worked at Anthropologie and I needed some sparkle to wear through the month of December because everyone's pretty festive and dressed up at work. It came from Forever 21 when there still was Forever 21. It's really well made for Forever 21. It's actually really nice quality. It machine washes, it hangs to dry, and it pretty much always looks great. It doesn't wrinkle. I've taken it traveling. I have worn it to many days of retail work at Anthropologie. I really love having this piece in my closet. I love the taupe. I love that the sparkle is kind of gold, but it can also go silver. And it maybe was $10, and I don't have to replace it. When I go shopping, I don't have to look for more sparkly sequin tops because I know I love this one. I know I love the color. I know I love it with everything from denim to cream to blue to navy to black. It's just a great little tank top. So when you find pieces that are a little bit sparkly and a little bit special, buy them. This one came from a consignment shop. This is Giorgio Armani. I think I paid about $35 for it. It is the best fitting t-shirt, and it's just a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of sparkle, very comfortable, fabulous to put under a whole bunch of things. Red. Red always works. Red feels like the holidays without doing anything except putting on a red sweater. You could also do a Kelly green, an emerald green. I just happen to like red better for me, but either one works. Just by adding something red, it could be a shoe, it could be a necklace, it could be a bright red lip, red nails, red sweater. All of a sudden, it looks like a holiday outfit without really trying at all. This skirt I purchased when I worked at Anthropologie. It is fantastic. I have had this 11 years. I have worn it a handful of times. I wore it to one of my cousin's weddings. I have worn it to holiday events. I wore it to work when I worked at Anthropologie. It is a phenomenal skirt, and it makes a holiday outfit almost instantaneously. This is the most recent addition to my kind of holiday collection. I purchased this over the summer. I thrifted it, and I bought it because my son, who's in the bluegrass band, Peter, Theoretical Blonde, they had 2 back-to-back shows in Colorado, and both of the venues had velvet in the name. One was the Velvet Banjo, and one was the Velvet Elk. And so I considered wearing something velvet, just kind of for fun, and I wasn't looking for anything velvet. When I saw this, I thought, oh, I could wear that, but I didn't end up wearing it. And I'm glad I found it anyway, because I don't wear much of this kind of wine color, but I think it's pretty, and I like that it was thrifted. It's soft and comfortable, and I actually can make some outfits with it that are holiday appropriate, but I don't have to try too hard because, again, velvet is one of those things, like red, like a little bit of sparkle, like a little bit of shimmer, that automatically elevate an outfit to holiday status without really having to try very hard. So before I make some outfits, I want to just mention a couple of things. First is, check your closet for what you might have that's sparkly, that you already own, that you could use in an outfit. If you don't have anything, it's not reason to panic, but you can absolutely head to your local thrift shop or a consignment shop or a local department store or wherever you like to shop and find a piece that's sparkly or shimmery or velvet, something that feels a little bit elevated, something that in your mind is kind of authentically how you want to look at the holidays. Pay attention to what fabrics or what colors or what textures indicate to you, oh, this is fancy, this is elevated, this feels like holiday attire. Whether it's sequins, whether it's satin, whether it's velvet, whether it's red, whether it's metallic, whether it's leather, whatever pieces feel to you like that's kind of what I want a holiday outfit to include, shop for those. And don't shop for them last minute panicked 2 hours before the event. Begin to collect those pieces over time. Over the course of a year, I thrifted this velvet one in July. Begin to pay attention to, I think I would like to have some pieces that are go-to pieces so that when it's time to get dressed for an event, I'm not left with nothing. I don't have to wear a dress, even though I don't really love dresses. I can make an outfit out of what I own in my closet, bringing out those couple special pieces that I only wear once in a while, and make it look and feel like me. I think one of the biggest problems with holiday dressing for the clients that I work with is that they often feel like they have to not look like themselves in order to go to an event. And then what happens is, if at this event there are lots of possibly people you don't know very well, or it's a partner's, work environment, and you're stepping in, kind of to an unknown, and you feel a little self-conscious about it and not as confident as you maybe do in other situations, then when you have to wear something that doesn't feel authentic, it doesn't feel like your normal style, then you're kind of way out of your comfort zone. Not only because of the environment of maybe the people or the place you have to go, but now your outfit doesn't feel like you, and that makes it really difficult to want to say yes. So the thing that I have learned is that you can make dressy outfits out of pieces that are very much in keeping with your normal everyday vibe. You don't have to go so far out of the box that now you're in some fancy, poofy, frilly, girly dress when what you really love is trousers and a sweater. There are ways to make a holiday outfit out of the same basic pieces that you wear every day, or that you would wear, to something like lunch with a friend, but make it holiday. So collecting pieces over time so that you have a few special items that are a little bit different and sparklier and glitterier and fancier than your normal clothes, and having those pieces be able to work back to your regular wardrobe so that the outfits you create still look and feel like you. That is the magic of holiday or special occasion dressing. Certainly there are exceptions. If this is your son or daughter's wedding, then possibly yes, you might have to be a little bit out of your comfort zone if you are kind of instructed to wear a dress and you need to come up with something that maybe isn't what you would normally wear. There are still ways to make that special occasion outfit feel very much like you, but that's a topic for a different day. I'm talking today about needing to go to a holiday party, anywhere from kind of brunch or breakfast at someone's home, all the way through to kind of cocktail evening wear. I want you to be able to use what you have in your wardrobe and just add a couple of tweaks so that it elevates the outfit and makes you feel like yourself, but still feel like, yes, I can go to that party and fit in. And the last thing I'll say before I make some outfits is you don't want too many of these pieces. You don't want to overload yourself. You see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that are a little fancier. And this red sweater doesn't even really count because this was my dad's. It's a Brooks Brothers old cashmere sweater that belonged to my dad. So this I didn't specifically seek out because it was holiday-like. It's just that it's red and I don't wear much red. But in the winter, in the holiday season, I love to wear a pop of red. So this one wasn't really acquired with the idea of being holiday wear, but I do wear it for that because it's so perfect and perfectly Christmas red. And the last thing I'll mention is jewelry. So I have a collection here of 5 necklaces and the pearls that I have on, all of which work to elevate an outfit. Even a t-shirt and jeans and a pair of boots could be made more holiday with some layered necklaces. All of a sudden, I've made it fancier and a little more special by adding something sparkly or something pearl. You don't have to wear pearls. You don't have to wear rhinestone. You can choose whatever your version of the jewelry would be in order to elevate a look to holiday level. But for me, these are thrifted. They're almost like a Tahitian pearl, kind of a pale gray pearl, totally faux, fabulous. This is a completely faux tennis necklace, which is also fabulous. This one is just a large pearl with some kind of jewel toned stones on it. And then this one is just a strand of kind of different sized pearls. And then this one's been around probably since I was in college, just a nice strand of long pearls. The pearls I have on are actually real pearls. I had them restrung about a year ago. They're fantastic. I'm so glad I did. But when I, even just with jeans and a t-shirt on, layer some pearls and put on a little pair of boots or a little pair of flats, all of a sudden this outfit looks more fancy and special and holiday than it did when I just had on the sweater and the jeans. Having a few pieces in textures and colors and fabrics that feel holiday to you or special occasion to you, and also having some jewelry that will elevate the most basic look to feel a little bit more special occasion. It could be earrings. You don't have to be a necklace person. It could be a whole stack of fabulous bracelets or rings. I just happen to like necklaces. I have just a little pair of hoops with pearls on them. I wear these in my everyday life all year long, and they also lend themselves nicely to holiday dressing when I tend to lean heavily on my pearls. Okay, let's make some outfits. So as I said, I could start right here and just add a necklace or two and put on a little pair of flats and have this truly look like, okay, you could go out to brunch, you could go out to lunch, you could go to someone's home for dinner. This would feel a little bit festive and a little bit like a holiday outfit. This is just a quince cashmere sweater and a pair of Levi's. If you have watched any of my other videos, you know that this outfit is very much me. It's very in keeping with the way I dress in my everyday life, yet it's elevated. It's elevated literally because I have a little bit of a kitten heel on that I borrowed from my daughter. And if I were going to a holiday party, I could absolutely borrow these shoes from her. I could put on a little pair of boots or a little pair of loafers, but certainly a little metallic slingback with a kitten heel and a pointy toe makes the outfit feel more elevated and more fancy really quickly. The sweater feels very much in keeping with the cardigans that I wear all the time. I don't want to have this sweater as part of my everyday wardrobe because I really want to keep it for special occasions. I want to have a few of those pieces. I don't want to have half of my wardrobe be things I never wear because I'm saving them. But this, I know when I put it on, it feels like a holiday. It feels like something special, something a little different than my everyday clothing. And I like that. So this feels like me, looks like me, but I could easily go to pretty much any holiday event. And if you're someone who believes that you need to wear a skirt or a dress to any sort of fancy occasion, absolutely, you could put this on with a skirt. However, know that that is a limiting belief. Believing that you need to wear a skirt or a dress to a fancy occasion as a woman is a limiting belief. Those are the kinds of beliefs that we address inside style therapy. It's not that you can't believe that, but we want to make sure that your thoughts about it are clean, that you don't have any drama of, oh, I have to wear a skirt in order to be able to attend this event and I really don't like to wear skirts and dresses. That's where the problem starts. That's where the style struggles are born. There is nothing wrong with choosing to wear a skirt or a dress to any fancy occasion. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when your belief is, I have to and I don't want to, then it gets muddy and messy, and then you end up turning down the invitation. Okay, so is this not the most fabulous little sparkly tank top? I had no idea the day that I purchased this at Forever 21 many, many years ago, how well it would hold up. Not only how well the fabric would hold up, but how well the shape would hold up, how classic the style would remain. I am still thrilled with this purchase. I love the taupey color. I love the shimmer. I love the weight of it. It is actually lined. It's an amazing piece. I can wear it just like this. I could also add this great cardigan. Slightly different look, slightly dressier because of the kind of structured jacket nature of this fabulous cashmere sweater from Quince. Oh, fantastic. I'm gonna have a hard time picking for the couple of holiday things I have to attend because I'm already loving a couple of these outfits. I will mention that by rights, I could search for a pair of slightly more muted, a more understated metallic shoe that was probably more of a gold, if I'm honest, would be more my preference than the silver. But these are my daughter Greta's. She has them in her closet. We wear the same size shoe. I could easily wear these to a holiday event with any of the outfits I'm wearing. But know that I understand that this shoe isn't super authentic for me in its coloring. The shape is fabulous and very much me and very comfortable. And this is about the extent of the heel that I'm willing to wear at this point. However, I would probably opt for something that was a little more muted and subtle in its metallic and probably gold. And yet, I'm not rushing out to buy those. When I find them, I will add them and they will stay in my kind of ready to go box for holiday wear. And in the event that I wanted to go with kind of a tan pant instead of gray, the beautiful thing about this top is it kind of morphs to work with whatever I want it to. So I could easily do this. In this case, I opted for a little fry booty that I thrifted for something that was more like a brunch or a luncheon or in someone's home where the heel just didn't feel necessary. I could easily just add some sparkle and some pearls and some cashmere and feel very holiday. So this skirt is just over 11 years old. I wore it to my cousin's wedding in October of 2014. So it has been around a long time. It has this fun elastic waistband and it has held up. It has not lost any of its stretch. It is super comfortable and easy to wear because it feels kind of like sweatpants, only it is a nice long pleated skirt. So if I were going to do this, I would probably fold up the sleeve because everything is feeling kind of long and drapey. I don't mind this, and I kept on the little booty. I could do this over heel, but I actually kind of like it with that juxtaposition of things that are a little dressier, like a pleated gold skirt and then a boot, just to kind of balance the outfit where the vertical pleat of the long skirt is so much. I might add these longer pearls just to make it feel a little more cohesive. And I could absolutely wear this sweater with it. I'm actually hoping I get some more invitations to holiday events because I'm enjoying putting these outfits together. And if we didn't already know that Giorgio Armani is just a god, this shirt would remind us. I mean, the most perfect t-shirt shape ever. I am so very thankful that I stumbled upon this in Rags Consignments in Boulder, Colorado one day. It is everything I dream of in a sparkly holiday, classic, timeless piece. It's fantastic. I could just put on a classic black blazer. I could swap out this little boot and put on the heel, which I'll do. I could also put on a black shoe or a black boot. So now I've put on the little silver flat. I could also do a little black heel or a little black boot or a little black flat, but this is about as timeless and classic and fabulous as a holiday outfit can get. And the best part is that this still feels like me. I love a blazer, I love a t-shirt, I love a long skirt, I love a classic shoe. The outfit doesn't feel like not my regular self. It just feels like I've added some pieces and some fabrics and some elements that make it feel a little more elevated. Another quick way to get a holiday look without having to try very hard is to wear some sort of plaid that looks like it could be holiday wrapping paper or could be made into a stocking. This plaid shirt is flannel, thrifted. It's men's. It was very long. I just chopped off the bottom square and put a hem in it. I wear it a lot with just jeans through the fall and in the spring, but it absolutely could be holiday because it has that kind of wrapping paper vibe to it. And I think with the skirt, it's fantastic. If I needed it to be dressy, I could absolutely wear it with the heel. I could also put it on with my red Adidas. I just put it on with a little tan colored sock. I could wear this to lunch with friends. I could wear this Christmas shopping. I could wear it to a cookie exchange. It feels very holiday and very elevated and very fun and festive, yet it still feels like me. Wow, do I love a pleated skirt. Okay, and this one might be my favorite combination because this sweater feels like a hug from my dad. I'll take it. You can't go wrong. Bright red cashmere just screams holiday. Sorry. This one's good. And I could easily add this little necklace to make it a little fancier. So this one, as is, probably a bit of a fashion don't. I just left it on because it made me chuckle. This is the little tank top from J. Crew that's velvet that I thrifted over the summer. I actually really like the wine color. I don't really wear this color very often. It's one more color I would have to figure out how to wear, although when I look at my wardrobe, I know that it would work. It's just not one that I usually gravitate towards. However, I actually think it's a really pretty color and I'm glad I have this one. However, I would definitely change the shoes. So let's get rid of the red Adidas. So now I've swapped out the gold skirt for these gray kind of pajama pant trousers from Old Navy and my favorite cardigan from Quince, which is the Fisherman Cashmere in gray. And then I put on the really sparkly faux tennis necklace and this velvet top. And back to Greta's silver shoes. It looks elevated, it looks festive, and yet it feels so much like me because these are pants and a sweater that I wear in my real life. And I've added a special piece of jewelry and a tank top that's a little bit different than what I would normally wear underneath. And in this case, if I wanted to elevate it another notch, I could easily untuck the shirt and make sure that the ties on the pants, which can make it feel a little more casual for sure, make sure that the ties didn't show. Still great. So to wrap up, I just want to remind you of 3 things. Find some pieces, whether in your own closet or when you're shopping, that feel to you festive and very much a holiday vibe. Whether it is something shimmery, sparkly, sequined, something that's an interesting shape or a holiday color, whatever the piece is, start to accumulate only a few of those pieces that can be on standby. So when you get an invitation, you have something you can wear. And make those pieces be things that look very much like your everyday life, your everyday wardrobe, just a little bit more special. This is a tank top very much like I would wear on any normal day with a sweater over it, but it's velvet, so it feels a little more special. Same with this t-shirt. It's a classic great t-shirt shape. I would wear it in any number of fabrics. However, this black with the little shimmer to it is just more fun and fancy. The same with this one. Great tank top shape, just sparkly. The same with this. Really classic cardigan, right up my alley. However, it has a little bit of metallic yarn in it and a special pattern on it. Same with this basic cashmere turtleneck, but it's bright red, so it feels like the holidays. Find a few pieces that you can add so that you have things at the ready that look and feel like you, and then create an outfit that is very similar to your everyday formula. You are allowed to wear trousers to holiday events. If that's more your vibe and you are much more comfortable in pants, find a pair of fabulous trousers that you can pair with these pieces that feel more elevated to create your own version of holiday attire so that you're not missing out on any parties. If you would like my help getting clear on what your thoughts and beliefs are about your style that have been keeping you stuck for likely a decade or longer, my clients come to me with years and years of thoughts that they were completely unaware of that keep them stuck when it's time to get dressed or time to shop or time to pack for a trip or time to go to a holiday party. I would love to help you see how those thoughts can be rewritten, how we can shift the way you think so that changing your wardrobe does not cause a lot of drama. Inside Style Therapy, we get really clear on what your thoughts and feelings are that have been keeping you stuck, and then we do the work to clean up the drama so that you can just make decisions and get dressed with ease, and most importantly, look and feel like yourself when you do. If you would like to find find out more about working with me one-on-one, there is a link down below with all the details for style therapy, as well as a link to my calendar where you can book your sales call. I would love to help you get rid of the drama so that getting dressed and looking fabulous can be easy. I hope that this has been helpful as you consider what you're going to be wearing to upcoming holidays and special events with your family and friends. Thank you so much for your support of my channel. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll be back next week with a new video.